The phone that you're using right now to watch me yapping can shoot videos in 4K. So I decided to go outside in this beautiful weather and shoot a 4K video, and instead of using CapCut to edit it, I'm gonna use my first MacBook ever got back in 20... Yes, that shouldn't happen because it doesn't work without the charger. Yes, the battery is dead. Can it handle 4K even though it's 15 years old? Firstly, I have to go through this nightmare to transfer all my videos I recorded on my MacBook Air, which doesn't work without the charger. So I'm just gonna plug it in and hopefully it's gonna turn on. Yep, there she goes. So I've got all my clips right here, and let's try to transfer them using AirDrop. The only limitation is that this is a 2018 iPhone and this is a 2011 MacBook. So I don't expect AirDrop to work, but let's try it. And I do not see my MacBook Air anywhere in here, and that's even with having Bluetooth on already. It doesn't seem to allow newer iPhones to discover it. But yeah, this is another Apple being Apple moment, so we will have to figure out a different way to transfer them. So we have to go back to the ancient times and use something that used to be called as USB. But before you're gonna ask me, well, how can you connect the USB to your iPhone? Well, give me 1 second, because I've got my MacBook Pro right here, which I can use it as a bridge by transferring my video files from my iPhone directly to my MacBook Pro, and from my MacBook Pro directly to the USB, and from my USB directly to my MacBook Air. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting train wreck. And I saw this earlier. I've got MacBook Pro over here. So I'm just going to tap on that and just transfer it. Hopefully we're not going to get out of storage error, because this happens a lot in my case. And thankfully not, because it's actually moving. And I can even put my finger over here so I can indeed see that it's moving. And it does move. So that's great news. So it's completed, and it's time to use my USB stick to transfer the videos. But before doing that, the MacBook Pro only supports USB-C because Apple just doesn't like USBs anymore. But that's totally fine, because I have an adapter which I can plug in the USB and just connect it to my Mac. And then I have to go to my downloads. There's a lot of reflection actually, I apologize about that. They take those 4 videos and transfer them all the way to my USB stick. And that was way faster than AirDrop. Time to trigger some tech-savvy people, unplug it without properly ejecting. Hey, I'm just kidding. Always eject it before removing the external storage. Luckily, the MacBook Air has a USB, so no need to use the adapter. Then plug and play. So it's time to start editing a 4K video on my 15-year-old laptop. And for reference, it's actually 4K with 60 frames per second. So that's even hard to work with. I'll go to Launchpad. I can go to Adobe Premiere Pro. Yeah, surprise, I actually have a 2018 Premiere Pro version on a 2011 laptop. Yeah, that's quite smart for me to do. After about 2 minutes, let's press on new project. Just kind of name it as good weather, why not? And if you have experience with using Premiere Pro, then I apologize if my skills are very rusty, because I haven't used Premiere Pro for many years right now. In case you're wondering, I'm using Final Cut Pro right now because it's most compatible with a Mac. So I believe I have to go to Files, I guess Import Media, and yeah, everything is really slow with this. I mean, let's be honest, it only has 4 GB of RAM, and Premiere Pro can definitely not work well with 4 GB of RAM. So that'll be an interesting project. Okay, that didn't work. Let me just drag and drop all the video files, and just select all these files and just drag and drop them in here. All right, so I have to install HEVC codec, whatever you called. Do these videos even work on this? Let me just right click on that. Yep, by default, the video files just do not work on my laptop. However, there's one solution to resolve the problem with those video files, and that's by using VLC, an open source video player, because we all know that QuickTime and Apple is always restrictive, so VLC is going to save us. So let's go on Safari. Actually, we're not going to go Safari because Safari is too restrictive. Let's go on Google Chrome. Let's go on VLC. Yep, it's extremely slow. Okay, we're going to reject all. Then let's see if there's a version available for Mac. I hope there is. Okay, let's install it. Drag the VLC icon to your applications folder, my favorite moment. So let's drag and drop it. And that's going to be a slow way of copying it to the applications folder. And after 5 minutes, we're finally ready to use VLC. Now, I don't know where this tab came from. We can right click on one of these videos and use VLC this time. So yep, VLC needs to verify itself. And that's going to be another wait until it's done moment. So yeah, I have to wait. And yep, we've got VLC player now, so okay, let's check automatically, why not? I actually went off screen and I played around with VLC on my MacBook Pro just to familiarize myself with the interface, because I haven't used it for ages. But let's open one video I'm gonna open this one, why not? And let's play. Oh, there you go. Best iPhone ever. And it does work. Because the video is too big, it just cannot play the video. But now we have to convert this into a format that Premiere Pro wants. Let's quit that. Okay, what happened to VLC Player? So I have to open again. And we have to go to File, Convert, and I think that should be fine. And just drag and drop all the videos, or at least I'm gonna drop one video, save as file, and let's see where I can save that thing. Okay, I guess I can name it in the same way as I named this one. So I'm gonna copy and paste the title and save this. And okay, it's going. So I guess right now it's saving the video. So it looks like it's converting it, but it's very slow. Like it's already at 2 seconds for an 8-second clip. If we use my MacBook Air to convert all these clips into an acceptable format, I will have to wait for possibly a couple of hours. So I prefer to speed up things, and I will use my MacBook Pro to convert all these video files into a format that Premiere Pro wants, and then just move them back to my MacBook Air. And that's way faster at converting. I mean, it's still very slow. So I managed to convert a few video files just to see how it works. So back on the USB stick, and I've got 4 different video files for now. So let me just drag and drop these things. And drop them on Premiere Pro. Let's see what we've got. Wait, what was that? Oh, wow. At least importing these videos work. Automatically, I can see that this clip is inverted. But let me see if I can play those. Yeah. Whoa, wait, whoa. Come on. Okay, it works, but is very pixelated. Can we just make it to fit? And yeah, we have to rotate that thing. And it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to realize that I have to use the effects option to use transfer to rotate my clip by 90 degrees. I mean, feel free to bash me down in the comments because I'm really bad at using Premiere Pro. I just never use it. It plays the video. I can hear the soundtrack, but that was after waiting for about 5 to 10 minutes to load the entire clip in order to play it. And I don't see anything. I mean, the video doesn't play. What if I play a different clip? It doesn't like it for some reason. And that's the lowest resolution I'm playing it at. Okay, I'm gonna change the frame. Let's play again. I mean, at best I can only hear the soundtrack, but when it comes to playing the video, I can only see 1 frame, or maybe a few frames if I'm lucky enough. I mean, I can try and play different clips just to see me jumping up and down, trying to test the stabilization of some of my iPhones, and that short will be up by today in the next couple of hours. But even though we cannot watch the clips, let me see if it's possible to at least export the video and see how long it takes to export. And okay, it has to render the video, but that's okay. It already says here 3840 by 2160, so we're gonna export that, and there you have it. It's gonna take about 1 hour to export a 1 minute long 4K 60 frames per second video. If you're still on a 2011 laptop, then yeah, just throw it away. Because the only way to edit 4K videos on that thing is if you have the longest patience that humanity has ever seen. So feel free to let me know down in the comments what kind of challenge you want me to try tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe.